Thanks for watching Afternoon Live. When you look back on the holiday season, of course you want your memories to be happy, and our next guest believes that starts with managing your expectations before the event. So we welcome back neuroscientist Dr. Nicole Tetreault. Great to see you.
So nice to see you. I love your sweater. It's
Thank
so
you.
here.
Thank you so much. Okay, let's talk about the expectations that we have going into this time of year, where it can be joyful and stressful, and that's okay.
It's totally okay. I mean, the reality is when we go and we see our families, we come into seeing them with so much love, and then there's these patterns that arise. And stress is going to come out. There's going to be expectations of others on you and on yourself. And so the important thing is to really let go of everything having to be perfect in this perfect connection, and it's okay that the stress arises at the event.
Yeah, and to that same point, we can have exciting and overwhelming times at the same time too.
Yeah, I like to call this exa nervous. So where you're excited and nervous at the same time with the overwhelm of the holidays. As you were just bow tying and wrapping, and how beautiful it is that you're creating gifts for others, and then the overwhelm of wanting to have it perfect. And so it's like the both and really allowing yourself to have the rhythm of both those experiences, and to recognize when we're with people that we may need pauses, depending if we're an introvert or an extrovert or an amnivert, which is an introvert and an extrovert, that we really need to be able to set boundaries for ourselves to kind of allow ourselves that healthy container to reset.
Yeah, and a similar idea too, thinking that I'm going to do all the things and see all the people and make time for everyone in my life, and that's really hard to do.
Oh, I know. We see, people are coming into town, families coming into town, and we get so excited and have these expectations that we're going to have this long lost conversation that we've been missing to share with somebody. And really the reality is I even with some of my really good friends just say, let's get together after the holidays. And it just takes that pressure off where you're not feeling that, you're burnt out when you're seeing somebody, and you could really be present with them, year round. It doesn't have to be a one-shot deal.
That's a great idea too, because a lot of us have pretty open calendars come January. So that's a much better time to try and plan brunch with your girlfriends. Okay, how about identifying your expectations of yourself and others around you too?
Yeah, this is really important, especially when we are expecting people to do things, show up at a certain time for us, communicate to us, and vice versa. If we don't tell people what we need, they're not going to be able to meet or even know what we're thinking. And simultaneously, people need to tell us what they expect of us. And instead of really putting expectations on each other, I like to talk about it as agreements. Like, what can we collectively agree as a good time? If I'm doing 2 Christmases in one day, I can't get there at 2 o'clock, but can we meet somewhere in the middle at 4 or 4:30? And having those conversations is really key, where both you and the other person are in alignment to meet that agreement and not feeling dropped or let down.
Yeah, and you have some great ideas of ways we can continue taking care of ourselves this season. And I love this one. Enjoy the anticipation. I mean, that's a great, point that we don't think about all the time. It's just fun.
Yeah, it's super fun to even just think about the plan of putting it together rather than just the event. Really enjoy the gift wrapping and the love that goes into it, to think somebody's going to really enjoy this book and I want to share these ideas with them, or this shirt, or whatever it may be, or event. And really revel in the joy of the process rather than it being that moment.
Absolutely. And you mentioned briefly earlier, taking pauses, making sure you have those breaks, and this one as well, reaching out if you need support, because our loved ones, they want us to be okay too. And a lot of times just kind of taking that step to reach out, you'll find a listening ear.
Yeah, and sometimes, we don't realize that we're under stress, or we may even feel isolated, some people this time of year. And it's really important to just send that quick text, that phone call. It could be to somebody who's not even in your inner circle, or you're going to even see on the holiday, but to get that validation that you're seen and heard is a really big deal so you don't feel that you're kind of all on your own on these holidays, that we all kind of experience the waves of this joy and anticipation, and then the stresses as well.
It's all coming together. Hey, thank you so much. It was great to talk with you. Great reminders this season.
Oh, thank you. I wish you really the best holiday season with your family and friends, and may it be full of warmth and happiness and a lot of laughs.
You too. Thank you so much. We'll see you in the new year, and we'll have more information on our website at katu.com.